Hello everyone, Lakey here, and today I'm going to be ranking the different game modes that we have in Fandom Forces. I've ranked the guns already and I've ranked the maps, so it only made sense to do this. You can check out my previous ranking videos in its own playlist that I will have linked in the description. So the game modes that we have in the game currently are Capture the Flag, King of the Hill, Flare Domination, Kill Confirmed, and Team Deathmatch. Gun Game and Infection also exist, but as you can't play them in a proper server, I won't be ranking them amongst the others, but you can rank them yourself if you'd like. So as far as my criteria goes, it's really just kind of a preference thing as far as how I like each of the game modes, but I did try to step away from that and just consider the way that they play out and just the way that you can earn points from them, which is the end goal, and just playing the objective. And I really also tried to disconnect how my own experiences with bad team balancing and whatnot has affected these game modes, although some of those are rooted more in teamwork than others, so that has to be considered. So I'll start from worst and work our way up to best from here. At the bottom, no surprise, is Capture the Flag. What should be a relatively simple and straightforward game mode in theory does not pan out to be the best in practice. For whatever reason, the community is really not able to grasp onto this mode. Out of all the CTF matches I've had, very few are actually competitive and not a complete blowout. I find that with many of the other people that I play with, we can all kind of agree that Capture the Flag just doesn't really stand up very well on its own and just isn't really any of our favorite or most like game modes. On many of the maps, when you first grab the enemy team's flag, you can make it far enough before your position is revealed that you just kind of get away with a capture without having to really face any danger or fight to get your way back. That, or sometimes you get a teammate who picks up the flag and decides that they're not really going to try to capture it very effectively for some reason. They don't run the right way, or they don't take the most optimal path back, or they just decide to try and fight the enemies rather than just run away with it, and it is really frustrating sometimes having the fate of winning the match or not in the hands of someone who doesn't know what they're doing. And while there are definitely more areas to earn points than others in this game mode, it just falls short of other modes, and it just doesn't really fit very well on quite a few of the maps. And just on that, I feel like there's only a few of the maps that it really meshes with well and actually really works well. None of our maps are really designed with Capture the Flag in mind, and even though some of them have their own separate versions for Capture the Flag, it still feels like something is lacking there as far as how the maps are adapted to this game mode. I could see this mode benefiting from some tweaks and improvements, and hopefully that would help it, but with the way that the player base just isn't able to really perform well with this mode, I'm not confident that tweaks and improvements will save it. Next up, I have Team Deathmatch, and there's nothing necessarily wrong with this game mode, but it's not really as impressive or as flashy as others. It's a solid option to just test the killing ability of each team, but in the map vote, I'm probably likely to vote for something else instead, depending on the map. Nevertheless, it's a solid game mode that I really enjoy and is versatile enough that it can work on pretty much every map. Again, nothing wrong with it, but as far as just the intricacies of it and whatnot, it's just kind of a plain mode. It's just kind of the go-to if nothing else really works, and I at least like that we have a mode like this, that if there is a map where, like Mirage, where none of the other modes really suit it at all, this is the one that you can at least fall back on. After that, I have Flare Domination, and I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this mode because sometimes I really enjoy it, and then others it just feels like just a grueling experience with the team that I have. I feel like you could interchange this placement for Team Deathmatch, put this below Team Deathmatch, or just keep it the way it is with Flare Domination above it. I like this game mode as it does feel like it's a different change of pace compared to others. It is teamwork dependent, so if you don't have a strong supporting cast of teammates, this game mode just kind of falls short in the end. Regardless, I like the ways that you can earn points in this game mode, and you can really get rewarded for playing the objective. This isn't the most exciting game mode to me, but I still enjoy playing it when the team balance isn't awful. This is also a mode where if you're not in the hot seat and your team is really struggling, you can get blown out and be over with it in 5 minutes time, so that can be seen as a good thing or a bad thing, I guess. After that, I have placed Kill Confirmed, and this is basically Team Deathmatch, except for it's just kind of spicy. While the point bonus for a single kill is dropped to 50 points, the amount of points that can be earned from this game mode is the best part about this. I really love just racking up so many points from this mode by collecting tags. People complain about tag stealing, but I think that's really silly and doesn't really look at the bigger picture of the greatness that this mode brings to the table. While teamwork is somewhat emphasized, it's not 100% necessary to really excel and win in the round. The areas where this mode falls short, though, is the way that it just isn't really suited very well for any map that has extensive sight lines or is more based around long-range combat. But other than that, this is definitely a really fun game mode to play, and it has never really let me down. As I've said, the amount of points that can be earned from this is really the highlight of it, and a good player can definitely take advantage of that. And then finally, the best game mode there is, King of the Hill. I love the way that this game mode plays on many of the maps that feature strong central points to those locations. King of the Hill just makes it kind of like a really brawl, kind of like a bloodbath fight in many of these areas, and I really enjoy fighting over a point like that with my teammates. Luck, Desert Storm, Highway, Locker, Mall, Metro, Bazaar, Blizzard Warehouse, really any of the maps are so much fun to play with this game mode so long as team balance and team composition doesn't let you down. While the only point to capture is the hill, the amount of points to be earned still feels quite strong with this for this game mode, along with the kills as well. On certain maps, I don't even touch the hill the whole round, but I can still walk away with plenty of points simply from defending and attacking. Along with that, I feel like the length that this game mode can go to when it's really competitive allows for more time to be spent on it, and as such, more kills to be earned. So on top of earning points for playing the objective, you can really rack up a lot of kills here, and I really enjoy that. While I have experienced blowouts on this game mode, it's not really because of shortcomings for the game mode itself, and is rather just a really bad team balance at play. Just like Team Deathmatch, I feel like this game mode is more versatile than others and can work for so many of the maps. So that sums up my game mode ranking for you. As always, I'd be curious to see what y'all think and what your ranking is if you have one. I think that this is definitely subject to a lot of different interpretation, as much of it comes down to personal preference at times, so be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments. That's all I've got for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.